Hi friends, myself Dr. Alka Mukherjee. I will be talking today on biomedical waste. We all know biomedical waste is distinct from natural trash or general waste. It differs from other types of hazardous waste such as chemical, radioactive, universal, industrial waste. Biomedical waste such as tissue in formalin is multi-hazardous and need proper disposal. Hence, there is a law for biomedical waste. So, how to manage biomedical waste? First of all, let us see what is biomedical waste. It is the waste generated during diagnosis, testing, treatment, research or production of biological product for humans or animals. They say a hospital with 100 beds is likely to generate around 100 tons of biomedical waste per day. Small hospitals often used to dump their biomedical waste along with the regular garbage, which used to pose threat to the society as such. There are various sources for biomedical waste, major sources and minor sources. The major sources are hospitals, the labs, the research centers, the animal research, blood banks, nursing homes, mortuaries and autopsy centers. Whereas the minor sources are the clinics, the dental clinics, the home care, cosmetic clinics, paramedics, funeral services and institutions. The primary sources again contains the hospitals like medical colleges, nursing homes, immunization center, dispensaries, nursing homes, maternity homes, dialysis centers, blood banks, industries and so many things. So what are the stages of biomedical waste disposal? The stage 1 is first of all collection of the medical waste. This is the first phase of the biomedical waste disposal process. This stage ensures that waste products must be collected in hard and tough containers. Stage 2 is segregation of waste products. Not every individual throw the waste in the dustbin according to the tag name. Therefore, the segregation of the waste product is necessary for effective hospital waste management. Stage 3 is storage and transporting. For biomedical waste, the refrigerator, the freezer, the protective devices should be used for storing the waste. Transportation of waste products should be done in a highly protected and safe vehicle. Stage 4 is the treatment. When infectious waste reaches the disposal site, its treatment takes place. On the basis of the type of waste, the proficient treatment is chosen. There are basically two types of waste disposal management: incineration and non-incineration. They say 7.4% waste are similar to the municipal waste, whereas 4.2% are the sharp objects and pathological waste, 10.6% are the pharmaceutical and cytological waste, and waste with suspicious biological risk, and 8.3% are waste with suspicious biological risk. The rules must be followed very strictly. Color coding system is very simple method of segregation of the biological waste material. It is helpful in reducing the spread of infection and beneficial to SCQs as well. The things mandatory in hospital premises are needle destroyer, syringe destroyer, 3 colored bags, red, yellow and blue, sodium hypochlorite solution or bleaching powder, and segregation training of staff by the service providers. As per the practices, the participants' practices regarding biomedical waste management, the doctors, the postgraduates, the interns, nursing, technician, housekeeping, class 4, everybody is very much well aware about the practices of how to dispose it off. There are color coding for this. Put the right waste in the right color. Yellow bags, they are used for infectious waste, bandages, gauze, cotton or any other objects in contact with the body fluids, human body parts and placenta, etc. Whereas the red bags, the plastic waste such as catheters, injection syringes, tubings or IV bottles. In blue bags, we have to keep all types of glass bottles and broken glass articles, outdated and discarded medicines. In black bag, the needles without syringes, blades, sharps and all the metal articles. Segregation of solid biomedical waste, we have already seen this. The material which is in the black bags, they are secured in the landfillings, whereas the red the content in the red container, they are for deep burial. Yellow container, they are for deep burial. Blue container, they are for recyclers. And this sharp, the white plastic container which contains sharp, they are for sharp pit. Certain advices. Further, first registration under Biomedical Waste Act is mandatory by the Pollution Control Board (PCB) for 3 years, including initial trial period of 1 year. One should send annual report of state PCB every year before 31st of January. Renewal of PCB certificate every 3 years should be there. The display of PCB certificate is not mandatory. Display of service provider certificate, for example, common biomedical waste treatment facility, is not mandatory. One should preserve the bills and receipt of payments of every month of service provider. Make a habit to give certificate if you are handling over a missed fetus. Fee structure depends upon state to state. The bedless hospital, that is clinic, rupees 500 to 1000, up to 50 bedded hospital, rupees 500 to 2000 per bed. The prescribed authority is the regional office PCB as per the area. Authorization: every occupier of an institution gathering, collecting, storing, receiving, transporting, treating, disposing and or handling biomedical waste in any other manner shall make an application in Form 1 to the prescribed authority for grant of authorization. Every occupier of a biomedical waste facility shall make an application in Form 1 to the prescribed authority for grant of authorization. Every application in Form 1 for grant of authorization shall be accompanied by a fee may be prescribed by the government of state or union territory. Hospital, nursing home, maternity home, pathology lab, blood bank, clinic, dispensary or any establishment generating biomedical waste are the occupier. A generation from dressing room, plaster room, vaccination room, patient's ward, patient's room, routine or emergency room, outpatient department, laboratory, blood bank, labor room, MTP room, intensive care unit, neonatal intensive care unit, intensive cardiac care unit, veterinary institutions and animal house. Segregation, reception and storage as per Biomedical Waste Rule 2016 should be done. In yellow bag, the category number 1, that is human anatomical waste, human tissues, organs and body parts. Category 2, animal waste, and in the yellow bag we have to store category 1, 2, 5 and 6. In category 1 there is human anatomical waste, human tissues, organs and body parts. Category 2 contains the animal waste, animal tissues, organs, body parts, carcasses, bleeding parts, fluid, blood and experimental animals used in research, waste generated by the veterinary hospitals or colleges, discharged from hospitals and animal houses. Category 5, discarded medicines and cytotoxic drugs, waste comprising of outdated, contaminated, discarded medicines. And categories number 6, solid waste, items contained with blood or soaked with blood, body fluids including cotton, dressing, soiled plaster cast, linen, beddings and other material contaminated with blood. In the red bag, we have to keep the category number 3 items like microbiology and biotechnology waste and other lab waste, waste from clinical samples, pathology, biochemistry, hematology, blood bank, lab cultures, stock or specimen of microorganisms, live or attenuated vaccines, human and animal cell culture used in research and industrial laboratories, waste from the production of biological toxins, dishes and devices used for transfer of cultures. In the red bag category number 4, waste sharps, needles, glass syringes and syringes with fixed needles, scalpels, blades, glass, etc. that may cause puncture and cuts. This include both used and unused sharps. And category number 7, infectious solid waste, waste generated from disposable items other than the waste such as tubing, hand gloves, saline bottles with IV tubes, catheters, glass and intravenous sheets. In blue bag category number 8, items to be kept like chemical waste, chemicals used in production of biological, chemicals used in disinfection as insecticides, etc. Hospital having its own incinerator, they are able to treat their biomedical waste, but otherwise rest of the hospital they have a common facility of transporting to the storage. In the treatment as per the bag, yellow bag categories 1, 2, 5 and 6, they are incinerated and deep burial is there. In red bags categories 3, 4 and 7, autoclaving, microwaving, shredding as recycling is there. In blue bag category 8, chemical treatment should be given. Every occupier or operator submits an annual report to the prescribed authority in Form 2 by 31st January every year to include information about the categories and quantities of the biomedical waste handled during the prescribed year. The prescribed authority shall send this information in a compiled form to the Central Pollution Board by 31st March every year. We have to maintain records. Every authorized person shall maintain records related to generation, collection, reception, storage, transportation, treatment, disposal and or any form of handling of biomedical waste in accordance with these rules or any guidelines issued. All records shall be subjected to inspection and verification by the prescribed authority at any time. Coming to accidental reporting, when any accident occurs at any institution or facility or any other site where biomedical waste is handled or during transportation of such waste, the authorized person shall report the accident in Form 3 to the prescribed authority form. These are the application form for authorization to be submitted in duplicate. Whenever you are opening a nursing home, you are going to get this authorization form. This is the form number 2, that is for annual report. Every year by 31st January you have to submit this annual report. Form 3 is for accidental reporting if there is any mishap or any accident. Thank you so much.